What's up guys, this is Chris from VFXON, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this really cool looking intro. Alright, so here I am in my After Effects, and what we first off need to do is create our comp. I already created mine, and these are the settings that I use. And yeah, next we need to create another comp, but make sure you uncheck lock aspect ratio. And we're gonna change the height from 1080 to 3000, and we're gonna name this asset. Okay, no, go to composition settings, 3000 instead of 300. Okay, that's a lot better. Alright, next we need another comp, but this we're just gonna use it to create this little small thing. So I'm gonna use 200 and 200 width and height. Click OK. And next what we need to create a new solid, and I'm gonna name this fractal, white color, and click OK. Now let's go and search for fractal and drag that in. Oops, wrong fractal, I suppose. Fractal noise, that's what we need, yes. Alright, so fractal type basic, noise type soft linear, that's okay. And let's see, transform. Rotation, we're gonna leave that as it is, and scale we're gonna set it to 31. Okay, and offset, that's okay. Complex, that's okay. And now the evolution, what we're gonna do is we're gonna alt click on it, then it's gonna open up the expression there, and we're gonna type time multiply by 100. And if we go on, you can see that it moves and it looks, well, you can't kind of really see, now you can see that it moves around. Alright, we can close this down, and we're gonna go to project, and we're gonna go to solids, fractal, and import that in. Okay, let's go to comp, and we're gonna just simply copy this effect. I don't know why I didn't do it differently. Anyways, yeah, here in assets we're gonna simply pass over the effect like that, and I'm just gonna move this about like here, like so. We're gonna close this down. Alright, next what we need to do is create a new solid, and we're gonna name this smoke, or you can call it ray, smoke rays, or however you like. Next we need an effect called optics compensation. We're gonna drag that in. We also need curves, or curves, and we also need unsharp mask. Alright, so I'm gonna uncheck these for now, and we're gonna only work with this currently. Okay, so field of view, we're gonna change that to 168.9, like that. And we're gonna select reverse lens what is that? Distortion. Okay, that's the same, and we're gonna change this to 957.8, and this to 2304,9 or 0.9, however you like. Okay, and that's pretty much the same. Now let's move on to curves. So try to create something like I'm gonna be creating right now. Okay, so try to create something like this. Next, let's go to unsharp mask, and we're gonna change the amount to 290, radius to 5, and threshold to 0. Okay. Alright, so now what we do, we check this checkbox right here, and then we click on our fractal, and we move it up. Click on it and hold shift and move it up. And now you can see that things are starting to appear. And pretty much I'm gonna leave it right here because in these black areas right here, our logo or our text is gonna shine through. So the bigger the area, the more text will shine through. But you know, you can later on adjust however you like it, because you can see it changes over time, and you know, it's not gonna always stay like that. Okay, so now back to our main comp, we need to import assets here. So grab the assets and just drag it in here. Alright, next we need to create a new solid. I'm gonna go with black for our background. I'm gonna name it BG. Click OK. Move it below. And now let's work with our asset layer. So let's go and add a effect called levels. Let's drop that in. And we're gonna change settings here. So input black, we're going to change that to 19. Input white, we're going to leave that the same. Gamma, we're going to change that 1.49. And output white to 173. Okay. Alright, so using ellipse tool, I'm going to be drawing mask here. About like that. Okay. And then I'm going to be drawing another mask, which is going to be like about like that. And then we're going to move it to about here. Okay, and we're going to change a few settings around. So let's start with the top one. I'm going to change this to, for now, to 500, and this also to 500. Okay, now I'm going to change the opacity for that one, something like that, and this one also down a bit. Okay. Okay, maybe I'm gonna move this like that. So that, well, about like this, I would say. Okay, so pretty much just try to recreate this mask shape. Yeah, so that the top right here is like kinda black, you know, faded out, and the bottom is not so much. Kinda don't like it. Alright, something like that. Pretty much. Now we're gonna close this down. And we need to import our logo or text. I have my logo right here, which is PNG. I just drag that on there. Alright, so what we do is I'm going to press F4 on our keyboard or toggle switch modes. I'm going to put that to multiply, and we will need an effect called set. Well, this I can't like pronounce it, so I'm just going to drag that on it. And we also need an effect called box blur. Where are you? Box blur. Okay, drag that on. And now let's change take matte from asset and use format luminance. And then we're gonna check invert matte, uncheck stretch matte to fit, and I'm gonna leave those both okay as they are. Blur radius to 2 and iteration to 3. Okay, like that. As you can see, now where the white is, you can see our logo, but where the black is, you can't. And now when it's fully white, you can see our logo. Okay. Alright, next what we need is new solid black, and I'm just gonna call this additional fractal. So again, fractal noise, add that, and we're gonna again change few settings. So fractal type, change basic to subscale. Noise type the same. And in transform, let's see, that's the same. Scale, the same. Pretty much these settings are okay, except we need to set offset turbulence as a keyframe. Actually, no, uncheck that. We need to go to our start here and offset turbulence. And next we need, again, evolve. Alt click on it and type time multiply by 50 this time. Okay, now let's go to, let's say, about like, I don't know, 10 seconds, because I don't really think that your intro is going to be longer than that. And we're going to change this to 145 like that. Okay. And we're going to change the mode to from normal to soft light. So now you can see these little additional fractal noise on our going on there. But I think I'm going to change the opacity here just a bit down, something like not so noticeable, like that. Okay. Now we need to create a new solid. This layer is gonna determine what kind of colors our smoke and in general will have. So I'm gonna name this colors white and click OK. And next we need a effect called 4-color gradient. So drag that on. So the first color is this, second color is this, third color this, and the fourth is this. If you didn't get it, just pause the video and copy the code for the color, or you can just use your own color and change the mode from normal to overlay. Okay, so this pretty much is how it looks. Okay, next we need a new adjustment layer. We're gonna call it curves. So we need effect curves. So drag that on and duplicate that 2 times. So 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to turn these both off and I'm going to work with this one. Alright, so try to create something like this. Just look where the points are and try to place them in exact position, or use your own way. As you can see, you can adjust how it looks in overall. Okay, now the next ones. Okay, so try to recreate, position them in this position right here. You can play around. I think this is not exact position, but I just used kind of the same position there. Okay, next one. Okay, try to position them somewhat like that. Maybe I'm just gonna adjust this, something like this. Okay. Okay, next create new adjustment layer, and we're gonna name it I don't know, edges, for example. We need an effect called exposure. Actually, I should have named it Vignette, because that's what I'm going for. But well, it's too late. Actually, I could rename it. Anyways, exposure, set that to minus 0.48. That's it, 0, to 0.8. Okay, maybe not so bad. Maybe exposure just a bit up, like so. and gamma maybe somewhat like that. Alright, well actually it's the same. And now we're gonna select ellipse tool again, and I'm gonna draw a nice sort of vignette like that. Okay, and now let's adjust mask. We're gonna change from add to subtract, and mask feather to 235. Yeah, I would say that's okay. 240, well, 252. Okay, and now let's create another new adjustment layer, and let's call it, I don't know, adjust, I guess. Yeah, very creative. Anyways, let's search for effect mojo, and well, let's just drag that in. It's from Red Giant Color Suit. If you don't have it, you know, just don't use it, because without it, it's also fine effect, but I did use it, and so yeah, let's use it. So here 25, 50, 75, and punch it to 38. Just punch it. And that's pretty much okay here. I think that the, where is it, additional, I think that the additional fractal noise is a bit much right there. Maybe some level down, something like that. Okay. And so here you can see that there are parts where the full text is visible, and I think what I should have done is put this in a pre-comp, and well, that will be in template. Anyways, thank you for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and you hit that like button. And also, if you have any questions or suggestions, make sure you leave them down below in comments. And if you want this template, make sure you contact me via Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus, or YouTube, and I will send you the download link for this template. Alright guys, I will see you in my next video. Like I said, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to me. And yeah, bye.